If you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, you've likely earned a deep appreciation for life's simple joys, a quiet evening with a good book, a warm conversation with loved ones, or the comfort of slipping into bed after a long day. But if those nights are interrupted by frequent trips to the bathroom, a nagging pressure in your lower belly, or a vague sense that something's just not right down there, you're not alone. These moments can feel like an unwelcome reminder of aging, stealing the peace you deserve. As someone who's spent years listening to men share these struggles in private, I can tell you this: your prostate issues aren't just a byproduct of time. They're often tied to small, unintentional habits you can change. In this guide, we're diving deep into 5 nighttime mistakes that many older men make without realizing the toll they take on their prostate. These aren't wild theories or exaggerated warnings. They're grounded in decades of clinical experience and backed by science, like studies from the Journal of Urology and European Urology. More importantly, we're not just here to point out problems. We're here to empower you with practical, gentle solutions that can help you sleep through the night, wake up feeling lighter, and reclaim control over your body. These changes don't require a complete overhaul, just small, intentional shifts that honor your body's needs and your hard-earned wisdom. The truth is, your prostate is working harder than ever as you age, and seemingly harmless choices, like a late glass of water, a salty dinner, or ignoring the urge to pee, can quietly add stress to an already sensitive gland. But here's the good news: your body wants to heal. It's ready to respond to your care. Stick with me through this journey, because by the end, you'll have a clear path to better nights, stronger days, and a renewed sense of confidence. Let's begin. Habit 1. Drinking too much water before bed, a habit that disrupts more than your sleep. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Stay hydrated. It's advice we all take to heart, especially as we age, when hydration supports everything from kidney function to mental clarity. But if you're in the habit of drinking a big glass of water, or 2, right before bed, you might be doing your prostate more harm than good. As men age, the prostate naturally enlarges, a condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, which affects about 70% of men over 60, according to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, NIDK. This enlargement narrows the urethra, slowing urine flow and making it harder to fully empty the bladder. Now, imagine adding a flood of late-night water to this already strained system. Your bladder fills up faster, sending urgent signals that wake you from deep sleep once, twice, maybe 5 times a night. Each trip to the bathroom isn't just an inconvenience. It's a moment of stress for your prostate, which is already working overtime to manage the pressure. A 2019 study in the Journal of Urology found that excessive nighttime fluid intake increases bladder pressure and promotes low-grade inflammation in the prostate, worsening symptoms like urgency and incomplete emptying. Over time, this cycle can make your prostate more irritated, leading to discomfort that lingers into the morning. It's not just about sleep, it's about how your body feels when you wake up. That heaviness, that sense of something's off, often starts with this one habit. I once met a 78-year-old named Tom, a retired teacher with a passion for gardening. He prided himself on drinking 3 tall glasses of water before bed, believing it flushed out toxins. But he was waking up every hour, exhausted and frustrated, thinking it was just part of getting old. We talked about timing his hydration differently, loading up on water earlier in the day, especially before 5 p.m., and sipping only small amounts at night. Within a week, Tom was down to 1 bathroom trip a night. I feel like I got a piece of my life back, he told me, his eyes lighting up. I didn't realize how much those interruptions were weighing me down. How to fix it tonight? Hydration is still vital, but shift your water intake to earlier in the day. Aim to drink most of your fluids before early evening, giving your body time to process them before bed. If you're thirsty at night, take slow, small sips. Think of it as a gentle nod to your body's needs, not a deluge. If you're someone who loves routines, Try setting a reminder to sip water throughout the day so you're not tempted to catch up at night. This small change can ease the strain on your prostate, reduce nighttime waking, and help you wake up feeling refreshed, ready to enjoy your morning coffee or that quiet walk you love. Why it matters to you: you've worked hard to build a life full of meaning. Don't let restless nights steal that from you. By giving your prostate a break, you're not just improving your sleep, you're reclaiming the energy to live your days fully, whether it's playing with your grandkids or tending to that garden you've nurtured for years. Habit 2. Eating salty or processed foods at night, a comfort that comes at a cost. Dinner is often the highlight of the day, a chance to unwind, savor something comforting, and maybe indulge in a favorite dish. For many older adults, that means a quick bowl of canned soup, a frozen dinner, or a deli sandwich piled high with salty meats. These meals feel like a warm hug, but for your prostate, they're more like a heavy weight. High sodium and processed foods cause your body to retain fluid, which increases bladder pressure and triggers more nighttime urination, according to a 2017 study in the Journal of Urology. This extra fluid doesn't just make you get up more often, it puts indirect stress on your prostate, which is already sensitive due to age-related changes. Beyond that, salty foods keep your kidneys and circulatory system active when they should be resting, preventing the deep, restorative sleep your body needs to heal and recharge. For a prostate dealing with BPH, this creates a cycle of tension, inflammation, and discomfort that can leave you feeling heavy and tired in the morning. I remember Jim, a 72-year-old retired mechanic who loved his nightly ritual of frozen pizzas and salty snack mixes. He'd sit down to watch his favorite game show, enjoying the convenience and familiarity. But he was waking up feeling bloated and unrest, with a nagging pressure in his pelvis. "I thought it was just my age," he said. When we looked at his diet, the sodium stood out like a red flag. We worked on swapping his processed dinners for lighter, fresher meals, grilled chicken, steamed broccoli, a side of brown rice. Within days, Jim felt a shift. "I'm sleeping deeper, and that heavy feeling is gone," he shared, his voice full of relief. "I didn't know my dinners were working against me." How to fix it tonight? You don't have to give up comfort food, just make it kinder to your body. Opt for a prostate-friendly dinner. Think fresh vegetables, lean proteins like fish or turkey, or a warm bowl of oatmeal with a sprinkle of berries. These choices nourish you without overloading your system with sodium or preservatives. If you're used to quick meals, try prepping a simple veggie stir-fry or keeping low-sodium ingredients on hand. Your prostate will thank you with less nighttime urgency and a lighter, more energized morning. Why it matters to you: you've earned the right to enjoy your meals, but you also deserve to feel good when you wake up. By choosing foods that support your body, you're not just protecting your prostate, you're honoring the life you've built, ensuring you have the vitality to savor every moment, from sharing stories with friends to tackling that crossword puzzle you love. If this resonates, drop number 2 in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and keep this conversation going. Habit 3. Ignoring the nighttime urge to pee, a small decision with big consequences. It's the middle of the night, and you feel that familiar nudge from your bladder. The bed is warm, the room is dark, and getting up feels like a chore. So you roll over, tell yourself you'll hold it until morning, and try to drift back to sleep. It seems harmless, but this habit can quietly strain your prostate in ways that add up over time. When you ignore the urge to urinate, your bladder continues to fill, stretching its walls and increasing pressure on the prostate, according to a 2020 study in urology. This pressure doesn't just cause discomfort. It promotes inflammation, slows urine flow, and raises the risk of urinary tract infections, which can be particularly harmful for an aging prostate. Over time, this cycle can weaken your bladder's elasticity, making it harder to empty fully and leaving you with that frustrating feeling of something left behind. I once worked with Frank, a 79-year-old grandfather who loved spending his days woodworking. He admitted he'd tough it out at night to avoid getting up, thinking it was no big deal. But he was waking up with pelvic tightness and struggling with weak urine flow. We talked about listening to his body's signals, even if it meant 1 or 2 trips to the bathroom. Within days, Frank noticed less pressure and better mornings. "I feel like I'm working with my body now, not against it," he said, his smile reflecting a newfound sense of control. How to fix it tonight? When your body says it's time to go, listen. Get up and relieve yourself, even if it feels like a hassle. To reduce those urges, pair this habit with earlier water intake and lighter dinners. Think of it as a small act of kindness to your body, a way to honor its needs and keep your prostate healthy. You might even find that responding to these signals helps you sleep more soundly, knowing you're taking care of yourself. Why it matters to you. You've spent decades listening to the needs of others, your family, your friends, your community. Now it's time to listen to yourself. By responding to your body's signals, you're not just protecting your prostate, you're reclaiming the peace and comfort you deserve, so you can wake up ready to enjoy the things that matter most, like building that birdhouse or reading to your grandkids. Habit 4. Sleeping on your stomach, a hidden strain on your prostate. Your sleep position might seem like the last thing connected to your prostate, but if you're a stomach sleeper, you could be placing silent, consistent pressure on your pelvic area. Lying face down shifts your body weight forward, compressing your lower abdomen and reducing blood flow to the prostate, according to a 2021 study in the Journal of Men's Health. Night after night, this subtle pressure can worsen inflammation, increase pelvic tension, and make symptoms like urgency or discomfort more pronounced, especially if you're dealing with BPH. For many men, stomach sleeping is a lifelong habit, one that feels natural and comforting. But as your body changes with age, that position can work against you, quietly contributing to that heavy, tight feeling in your pelvis when you wake up. It's not about blame, it's about understanding how your body is speaking to you now. I met Carl, a 75-year-old retired firefighter who loved his morning walks. He'd always slept on his stomach, but he started noticing a persistent tightness in his lower abdomen. When we explored his habits, his sleep position stood out. We worked on switching to side sleeping with a pillow between his knees for comfort. Weeks later, Carl was beaming. "I didn't realize how much tension I was carrying until it was gone," he said. "My walks feel better too." How to fix it tonight? Experiment with sleeping on your side, ideally your left side, to improve circulation and reduce pelvic pressure. A small pillow or wedge under your knees can make the transition easier, especially if you're used to sleeping face down. This small shift can give your prostate the space it needs to rest, helping you wake up feeling lighter and more at ease. Why it matters to you. You've carried the weight of responsibility for years, raising families, building careers, serving others. Now, it's time to lighten the load on your body. By choosing a sleep position that supports your health, you're giving yourself the gift of restful nights and vibrant mornings, so you can keep doing what you love, whether it's a sunrise walk or sharing stories with old friends. If this tip speaks to you, comment number 4 below. I'd love to know you're with me. Habit 5. Skipping the bathroom before bed, a missed opportunity for relief. It's bedtime, you're cozy under the covers, and you feel a slight urge to pee, but it's not urgent, so you decide to skip it. "I'll go in the morning," you tell yourself. But for an aging prostate, this small decision can have a big impact. Going to bed with a partially full bladder means urine sits for hours, creating gentle but steady pressure on your bladder and prostate, according to a 2019 study in European Urology. This pressure promotes inflammation, increases the risk of irritation or infection, and can make it harder to empty fully in the morning, leaving you with that frustrating, not quite done feeling. For men with BPH, this habit can turn a manageable issue into a cycle of discomfort, with more nighttime waking and weaker urine flow. But the fix is simple and the payoff is immediate. I worked with Mike, a 70-year-old who loved his evening routine of reading historical novels. He'd often skip the bathroom before bed, thinking it wasn't necessary. But he was waking up multiple times and feeling heavy in the morning. When he started making a pre-bed bathroom stop a non-negotiable part of his routine, he noticed a difference. "It's like I gave my body permission to rest," he said. "I'm sleeping better and I feel lighter when I wake up." How to fix it tonight? Make a quick bathroom visit part of your bedtime ritual, just like brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. Even if the urge is mild, emptying your bladder resets your system, giving your prostate a break and reducing inflammation overnight. Think of it as a small act of self-care, a way to tell your body, "We're done for the day." Why it matters to you? You've spent a lifetime building routines that keep your life running smoothly. Adding this simple step is a way to honor your body's wisdom, ensuring you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to embrace the day, whether it's diving into a good book or sharing a laugh with someone you love. Final thoughts. You are worth this change. For so many men, prostate issues feel like an inevitable part of aging, a burden to accept, not challenge. The late-night bathroom trips, the pelvic pressure, the restless mornings, they can make you feel like your body is betraying you. But what if those struggles aren't just about age? What if they're tied to habits you can change? Today, we've explored 5 nighttime mistakes: drinking too much water late, eating salty dinners, ignoring the urge to pee, sleeping on your stomach, and skipping the pre-bed bathroom trip. These habits quietly stress your prostate, but you have the power to ease that burden. Your body is resilient. It's carried you through decades of challenges, joys, and triumphs. Now, it's asking for a little care in return. You don't need a miracle cure or a drastic lifestyle change, just small, intentional steps that honor your health and your wisdom. Which of these habits do you recognize in your routine? Which one will you try changing tonight? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else to take that first step toward better health. You've built a life full of meaning, and you deserve to live it fully, free from the weight of restless nights and nagging discomfort. By making these gentle changes, you're not just protecting your prostate, you're reclaiming the energy, confidence, and joy that make your days special. Here's to restful nights, vibrant mornings, and a healthier, happier you, starting tonight. If you found this guide valuable, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep delivering content that empowers you to live your best life. Let's keep this journey going together.